Wisconsin Judge Hannah Dugan was seen leaving court after pleading not guilty to federal obstruction charges. Judge Dugan is accused of helping a man evade immigration authorities and was arrested by the FBI last month. CBS News Department of Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane was in that courtroom today.
It was a brief but a significant hearing at the federal courthouse here in Milwaukee. The Judge Hannah Dugan, the local judge from across town, was the defendant. She entered a not guilty plea through her defense lawyer, and the federal judge overseeing this case put a trial date on the calendar beginning July 21st. You'll recall the accusations against local Judge Hannah Dugan. She's accused by the feds of obstructing federal agents last month when there was a criminal defendant in her courtroom who she allegedly rerouted away from immigration agents out in the hallway who were seeking to detain that criminal defendant and possibly deport that criminal defendant. Because the judge has pleaded not guilty, and in a motion filed on Wednesday, asked this case be dismissed, arguing she enjoys a form of judicial immunity, that the executive branch, the Trump administration, and the Department of Justice cannot interfere with what she does inside her courtroom. A variation of the 2024 Supreme Court ruling that the president enjoys a form of immunity for his official acts. The federal judge overseeing the local judge's case here didn't rule on that dismissal motion, but did put a pretty quick date on the calendar, July 21st, for the beginning of this remarkable, if not unprecedented, criminal trial. Back to you.
This is so interesting to watch. Let's bring in CBS News Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen. You know, this is not just a case about a local judge. There are ramifications to all of this. Can you go through some of those?
Sure, certainly. Well, I think the big one really is what the Trump administration is doing in terms of kind of making Judge Dugan's case really a nationwide case to their argument that there are people in the United States, including sitting judges at the state and local level, who are interfering and have interfered with their deportation efforts. But I think to Scott's reporting there and Judge Dugan's motion to dismiss, it appears that her argument is going to be she was trying to preserve the process and not necessarily protect the man. The man in this case is in ICE detention. He was here illegally. He's accused of battery and has re-entered the United States at least once after being deported years ago. And after a fingerprint database match, basically these ICE agents were waiting outside her courtroom. But when Dugan saw that, according to an FBI affidavit, she took issue with the fact that they were not really planning on letting this proceeding necessarily play all the way through, waiting for him to potentially step into the agents waiting in the hallway. And so really to get and mark her out and show that, hey, even if you are a judge, we're going to come after you if you get in our way is one. Certainly the other is that if the judge and a jury finds that this judge did commit a crime, it's certainly possible that she would get removed from the bench, and it would really prove a point if the judge does not buy her move to dismiss this case, that there actually have been bad actions underway and taken by people, including a judge, right, who potentially have interfered with these arrests, which the Trump administration has alleged in multiple cases. There was a case of a retired judge in New Mexico and civilians in other parts of the country who have been accused by the Trump administration of impeding with immigration actions.